Dad, weren't you bored just sitting there all that time? And my answer to her is not 1 minute. Absolutely not 1 minute. I can't hold this camera out. It gets too heavy like this. But I don't come here like I used to anymore because it doesn't feel like that anymore. I can't come here during the prettiest part of it's all the prettiest part here, but during the summer I can't come here. The guy that has been here in total hours since 1996 more than any other human being of which I'm aware. I mean, I would be absolutely flabbergasted to know that someone has spent more time out here since 1996 than I have. And the DNR wants to stop me for some reason from looking at this. And they want to stop you from looking at this. And they want to stop the three towhead boys from coming here in the summer. They want to stop fishing people from coming here. Well, right now, their pet baby might be deer hunters. That might, how the agency is concerned this year. But we take out naturists and say, oh, bad for them. We take out fishing people. Oh, bad. Can't have people like that coming down. You can't have these cute little kids doing homeschool here. Homeschool. Don't you wish this were your school? Oh, how many people would have loved school? This beautiful family, they live down the road, just right down there, just a little ways. They used to walk down here on a regular basis. And now they told me this fall that they have been stopped. They tell me this, that they have been stopped by the DNR for being down here. Now, I understood they weren't ticketed, and the dad said that, you can imagine the DNR couldn't ticket this beautiful family coming down here to see this place. But it was against the law. They were in violation of the law. So I had under $10 a day on which to live. I believed that was what my option was. If I was wrong, then I needed assistance. And I could use assistance now. I'll stop for now. I stated this in a letter to the Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. I was discussing this area and areas in general that I have witnessed. Years ago, someone observed to me about Mazo Beach, an area to which I seek access. During the summer I can't be here. An area to which I seek access, someone observed to me, in quotes, "There may be prettier places in this, I just haven't seen any," end of quote. And here's what went through my mind when that individual told me that he'd not seen a prettier place than this. I've viewed vast prairies. I've strolled the barren majesty of the desert. I've felt the core spiritual stirrings experienced in the Boundary Water canoe area. I've camped beside glacial lakes. I've been within 50 yards of a pair of wolves. Now closer than that to a single one, but when I wrote this. I've been pawed from my slumber by a black bear cub, the fabric of my tent being the only thing separating me from it. Have you ever had that happen? I mean, that's pretty cool to be woken up by a bear cub. Not everyone experiences that in their lifetime. I'm a bad person because I want to have had that kind of experience in my life. Separating me from it. I've kicked up moose. I've watched stupid tourists. Where am I? I have trouble looking up at the camera and then finding my spot. Stupid tourists pose for photos just a few feet from alligators at Wisconsin Riverway property here. You know, those were places just generally that things have happened. But here, I've watched turtles nesting. Right over there I've watched them quite, annually kind of. Never in the cut and poison area. I've exchanged eye-to-eye contact with a fox up at the crest of that hill behind me there. Witnessed freshwater American white pelicans. They were just right over there, just in the river over there. Land within 50 yards of me and stood on firm ground up on the crest of that up there. Looking down, this is so cool, on an American bald eagle soaring beneath me. Imagine that. I was standing there and an eagle flew beneath my feet. It was remarkable. My life has been favored by witnessing many other magnificent, I wish I could read this the way it is in my heart. You know, I'm not an actor. I can't say it how I really mean it. But my life has been favored by witnessing many other magnificent natural sights, different spellings. But I had to agree with the observation, there may be prettier places than this. I just haven't seen any. But for the summer months, those cute little boys, the fishing people, no one else even, no one is allowed to be here. There may be prettier places. Have you seen one? This is the last day of my being in my 50s, about 1 o'clock p.m. I at one time used to park, let me see, down kind of by that sign. And it's cold in the winter when you have to live in a vehicle, and that area faced that way. I could get the earliest sunlight, and so sometimes it was convenient for me to pull off down there and park. At that time, this gate wasn't here, and at the end of this little lane down a couple, 3 blocks, 4 blocks max, they put up another gate like this. After someone that drove through one evening and identified themselves as a DNR agent, and he was going to call the DNR that next day about this or something. Anyway, I used to park down there. And after that person that claimed to be an agent of the DNR, who knows what really took place there, but that springtime, as soon as the soil could be worked, this gate and the gate down there were put in, and so I couldn't drive down there anymore. They had stopped that. That was good. That needed to be accomplished. And I can't remember if these posts were in at the time or not, but in any case, the rest of the posts, they weren't in at the time, and you can see they end just right over there. So even if a car wanted to, they could drive down, over into those trees over there. And in the winter that I park down there sometimes, over there, beyond that tree there's been a lot of trees that have grown up, but beyond that big one down over the hillside, same winter I parked down there was a murder-homicide that took place there. Well, in the springtime they put up these gates, the Department of Natural Resources did, but they didn't block out that area, and as you can see, someone that wanted to drive down there and commit a murder-suicide still could easily do that. That was okay with the DNR that be left open, but this they had to close. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know, who they're helping, but I'm running low on tape. I don't know how soon before the tape runs out. Let me see if I can have any indication. I don't know. But in any case, when I was homeless, I've got the screen closed now to conserve on the battery. Now let me do this. Okay. When I was homeless, during the winter when it snowed a lot, I needed to get out of some place where I slept. And I used to choose this place sometimes if there was a storm coming, because I could park in there. Those posts weren't in there at the time. I could park back there. You can see I wouldn't have disturbed anything back there, but I would park there, be out of the wind, out of the blizzard, and then in the morning be able to get back out on the road. Well, the same springtime, just as soon as the soil could be worked, the gates were put in up there. These were put in. Now, I don't know if that was done directed towards me, but I know it was done directed towards the citizens of this world, that no one can park there anymore because the DNR is doing whatever the DNR wants. That's it. I hope there's enough tape to complete the balance of the last paragraph in the letter to Secretary Frank that I last read from about what a pretty place this was. I write to him, I have never had the misfortune of dealing with one agency, that is to say, as non-responsive, evasive, and either flat out inept or worse, deceitful as the one you head, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. This past winter,